Hey there, comic book friends, I'm Travis, and this is another edition of No Capes, where I talk about comic books that don't have to do with superheroes, and Ethan either doesn't read them or doesn't review them along with me. First up, we're going to talk about Multiple Warheads, Alphabet to Infinity, number 3. I have been absolutely loving this comic. To be fair, I'm not exactly sure where the plot line is going in this. My understanding is there's one more issue of this miniseries, and it'll be done for the year. We've got two different sets of characters going on. They haven't met, and I'm not sure exactly how their paths are going to meet. And they got one issue for that to happen. So as far as it being a interesting storyline that's telling us some mystery or adventure or whatever, it may not be there, but I give this comic a really huge pass because the artwork is just incredible on this. All the intricate stuff. I mean, every page has so much stuff going on in it. Little writings, little things, little stuff saying stuff, little things that just make it really cool. There's just constantly play on words and play on images, and it's just really fun. Just the amount of craziness that that goes on in this book, and the absurdity of some of the stuff. And there's not an ounce of this book that does not get used. It's like Nowhere Men, in the fact that from front page, inside panel, clear to the very back of the thing, the entire thing is comic. There's not ads, there's nothing in it. I mean, every part of every page is used by the creator to tell his story, and I just really dig it. Really dig it. I wouldn't want to read a ton of these comics, but it's just really fun. You can take a long time reading this. You can read over it quickly once to see what it is, and then you can go back and look at every page and all just the little nuances of crazy stuff that's in it. And I just really appreciate that and really get a kick out of the book for that. Next, we'll talk about Saga. Somehow this got on the bottom of my pile of No Cape books, and so I didn't read it until now. Absolutely love this cover. There's Alana reading the infamous book. This comic it continues to just be absolutely awesome. I absolutely love the characters in it. Even if the book isn't going on some great super fast journey right now, that is fine. We're establishing more and more character, more and more reason to like these characters and understand why they are where they are and what they do and how they feel. And I think that's all really important stuff to have in the book. We get Alana here, reading the book, finishing the book, and then trying to convince other people they should read the book and whatnot. And you get to see her first meetings with Marco, which aren't too pleasant for Marco. And Alana's conversations with her father-in-law, it's absolutely perfect. These people feel, despite their situation, they feel so real. These people feel like real people to me. Real conversations, saying things in real ways and whatnot. I mean, yes, Alana's got a potty mouth, but it just feels very genuine. The lines where Alana says that Marco used to drive me crazy. I used to not always be in love with him as much as I am, but he's so beautiful. And the father-in-law saying, looks don't last. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not talking about his looks. He's as ugly as hell, or whatever, but he's beautiful. This is great stuff. It's just absolutely great stuff. the situation with Marco and his mother and where they're at, the planet that they're on. That whole situation is absolutely awesome too. The artwork is, of course, stellar, top notch in here also. Fiona Staples just doesn't miss anything. Her a way of conveying emotions and movement and everything is outstanding. There's even in the letter pages in the back here, she gives an example of how she goes about working a page, which is cool. Fiona Staples seems to be very open to telling people how she does her work, and it's not some secret, guarded whatever. But yeah, outstanding book, continues to be an outstanding book. Yes, it's not as exciting, action-packed movement that the first 6 issues had, but I can't get this book fast enough as far as I'm concerned. Outstanding. Number 8. Hey, next we're going to talk about Mara, number 1, Brian Wood, Ming Doyle creation. I'm assuming that most of you by now have heard the plot of this. We've got this near future world that's kind of ravaged by all kinds of wars and whatnot. Sport has kind of taken over as as not just a national pastime, but a world pastime. It's kind of what helps settle things down, and it is driving the world economy, it sounds like, even. Our character here, she basically has been she's been a super volleyball player since 2. I mean, she's professional at like 13 years old or something like that. She has the largest endorsement. She makes trillions of dollars. She could never possibly spend the amount of money that she's making and whatnot. This whole entire issue feels like setup. Lots and lots of just, text blocks kind of giving us news information and whatnot. We get a little bit of character in there, and then at the very end, something disastrous happens that we're not even 100% sure exactly what that is, but something disastrous happens at the end of it, and I'm assuming the next couple issues will now be the fallout of this experience, because this woman is like the darling of the sports world, not just in volleyball, but in the sports world in general. And she's potentially exposed as being some sort of a cheat or a fraud. And what does that really mean and whatnot? Not sure exactly what the voice of this story is yet. Usually by the first issue of a Wood book, I have some sort of a sense as to what the vision or the voice is going to be. Not quite so much in this one. I will hang around for the rest of it, though. I think it's going to be interesting just to see, potentially what is going to be said about it, and why this person, why she has the ability to do what she has to do and whatnot. I'm curious if all that stuff comes out and what's really behind the whole thing. Could be interesting. Ming Doyle's art, I like it. It's simple and simplistic and well, not simplistic, but it's nice, generally clean lines, and works for this type of a title and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not 100% on board with this, but I'm interested. We'll see if next issue. I think there was some stuff that went on in this one that I'm unclear on, and I'm not sure that I should have been unclear on it, but I kind of am. So I'm not sure if I'm just being dense about those things, or it could have been explained better. There was a point in this where supposedly somebody had a gun. That situation that maybe someone's gonna like try and hurt her or something, and she has a security team, and I'm just not 100%. I got that, but not a bad issue, but not anything to be really excited about either. Other than to be curious as to what's the real story, what's really gonna be told there. Okay, next we're gonna talk about Hellblazer. This is 298. Only a few more issues to go. This is an absolutely stellar cover by Simon Bosley. This is the beginning of Death and Cigarettes, Part 1. John Constantine knows he's going to die. He has seen the signs everywhere. They don't show us that, but he starts out by saying, that he's seen the signs. He's seen the signs everywhere between the barker on the corner singing some ancient Babylonian song and an ancient Babylonian language, in the tea leaves, in his smoke, in his everything. He's seen that the end is very near. And he knows he's got 5 days and he's going to be gone. And his wife, Piff, who is my favorite female character in all comics, followed second by Alana and Saga. Not that that matters anything. But she doesn't believe him to start out with. So he steps in front of a train. And that train, instead of running him over, it derails. Further proving, in his opinion, that there's no way he's going to die right now. It's those 5 days. So we have a countdown of these 5 days in this issue of Piff trying to figure out, is he just being weird? He better stop acting this way. He better start thinking of a way to get out of it. He's John Constantine. John goes and visits Chaz. Chaz even tells him, hey, look, you got some smarmy way to get out of this. You got to, because you always do. And he just doesn't think he can. He doesn't think he's got anything to get himself out of this one. And Piff even goes to her father. Her father's kind of all self-obsessed too, thinking like his time is coming. People are ignoring him. He isn't as heavyweight as he is. He sometimes wonders if it's still Constantine's fault, and he talks to some of his thugs about that. But of course, Terry, Piff's father, doesn't help her anyway. Not that he really could. But they go to the doctor. By the time day 0 hits, she has forced John to put a ton of magical wards all over the inside of their house. Piff has a handgun. She says, look, you've warded against all the magic stuff. I've got this gun. If any mortals come, I'm going to blow them away with my pistol if they come to the door. We got this whole thing covered. It's going to be great and fine. And John's like, look, there's you can do about this. But Piff's like, look, if we make it through this day, we've proved that we could beat the fates and whatnot and stuff. And, she goes off to get a beer. Somebody rings the doorbell. The door opens up and blammo. No more John Constantine, it looks like. Got 2 more issues to tell whatever this story is going to be. I like it. It's a really good story. It actually has 3 magical entities at the beginning of it that walk around the train wreck. Because when he steps in front of the train derails and crashes. And hurts all kinds of people. And there's these 3 people there, and they plan on collecting John. John's a slick bastard, and they know it. But they think they're going to be able to get him anyway. And John has a sense that somebody's there watching him, waiting for this to happen, but he can't quite get a grasp on what it is and whatnot. I don't know how much we're actually going to see of these 3 individuals. They obviously are some entity that operates outside of the normal realms that John operates in, not the typical heaven and hell stuff and that sort of thing. They seem to be some sort of fate, some sort of fates. But gorgeous comic. I think this thing's going to end, I hope, really awesomely. I just can't imagine that these creators are going to throw this character on the bus, as it were, and not have him have the incredible send-off that he should have as we start out this first issue of the end of Hellblazer and John Constantine as we know it. Still love that cover. I think there's going to be a shirt of this cover. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this week. Love it. Love it. But, if you aren't picking this up now, I'm not sure why you'd start picking this up. But if you want to watch the last arc, the final arc of Hellblazer, this is where it starts at 298. 3 issues. But that's it. That's it for this week of No Capes. This is the weekend. Next Tuesday or something like that, I should get new books, so I'll probably have new stuff for No Capes. I actually did some reviews of some other No Cape type stuff on a video a few back. On my What the Few, I actually went and bought some comics off the shelf that were No Capes. I talked about Infinite Vacation on that, so if you're interested in Infinite Vacation and you haven't checked that video out, if you kind of scroll through it, you can get to where I'm holding up that comic. Then I'll talk a little bit about Infinite Vacation there too. I really liked it, but you can hear about that there. So that's it for this week. I'll catch you down the road. Bye.